Distinguished leaders, guests, friends, good morning. First of all, I know I'm not native speaker, but I'd like to welcome you with the Chinese saying, "Isn't it pleasant to have a friend from afar?" I'm very pleased that to have you here to the China Petroleum building, participating the dialogue on the global petroleum youths. And this meeting is sponsored by Corporate Culture Department, International Department, and Youth League Committee of CNPC, organized by China Petroleum Daily. And the meeting is featured with a dialogue on youth development, and is themed at a decade of partnership and a win-win cooperation to discuss together the sense of achievement, accomplishment, and happiness of these 10 years. As this year marks the 10th anniversary of the Verlo initiative, let me give you a round of introduction. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm from Sudan. My name is Yuni. I'm with the China University of Petroleum. And the second participant I'd like to introduce is Sapur, a PhD student at College of Engineering of Peking University from Turkmenistan. Ahmed Suhey is the Pakistan employee with the BGP. Sultan Hamdan, the CPECC Gulf Region branch. Next is with PKOP project of CPECC Kazajistán branch. His name is Ali. With the Sino Pipeline International SEOP Yangon office, and she's joining us online. Her name is Wei Yi. Good morning, everyone. I'm Wei Yi. Welcome you. Next, he's with China Uzbekistan National Gas Pipeline Joint Venture Company, Rustam. He's also joining us online. Next.
第9位 employee from China Petroleum International London office.
Next is international market analyst at analysis department of PetroChina International London office, Oliver Maddox. And also we have with us Guo Beining, Daqing Oil Field Downhole Service Company. Welcome you. Now I'd like to give you a few words on the organization of the meeting. We have the full support of the CNPC. Now I'd like to give you the VIP guest present here. They are Mr. Shen Zhong with the Corporate Culture Department of the CNPC, General Manager Geng Yufeng with the China Petroleum Daily, the Youth League Committee, Deputy Secretary General Zhao Hongbo of the group, with the CNPC International Department, Sumi, Director of the Comprehensive Business Office. We also have with us a special guest. He's actually a celebrity online. He is from Pakistan. His name is Zayi Hasning. He made a video called Common Prosperity. Has been viewed for over 70 million times. People sent the video many likes to him and his friends. Welcome you. I think I just did. I'm from Sudan. I'm now studying in the Chinese University of Petroleum. I majored in computer science. We are here to have a retrospect of the 10 years where we worked together. Let me give you a quick overview of the agenda. There are 3 parts. The first part is for you to view videos made by colleagues from across the world. And the second is the dialogue of the youths, Petroleum youths. Representatives of them will tell us their stories. And the third part, I'm going to invite the guests to award the commemorative certificates. So let's move on to the first part of the agenda. Please take a look at the screen. On this world map, the youth of Petroleum has used their own story to name the different places of the map with their own story to tell us. You can click on those stories and decide which one you would like to watch first. Everyone can vote.
Hi, my name is Daniela Bodon, and I'm the Environmental, Social, and Governance Manager for BGP Offshore, a CNPC company responsible for offshore and transition zone geophysical surveys. I live in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and I've been working for BGP for 4 years. I'm a biologist, and I started up in the industry as a marine mammal observer and an environmental advisor around 17 years ago. And I moved later to shore to work on the environmental management side of projects. I went back to school for my master's degree in development practices, which led me to move towards sustainability. My main role in the company is to support all international projects globally, making sure that we are compliant with our clients' environmental and social requirements. Most of our projects are monitored by marine mammal observer and passive acoustic monitoring operators that will implement a mitigation protocol that we create with our clients to reduce our impact on the marine fauna. My home country, Brazil, is vast. It's the 5th largest country in the world, but the first one in biodiversity. 20% of all living species are here. Brazil is known for its football, nice beaches, and good food. And my hometown, Rio de Janeiro, is the 2nd largest town in Brazil, but definitely the best. We have a large urban forest, waterfalls, beaches, and many options of cultural events. Brazil holds significant oil and gas reserves, and CNPC BGP has acquired more than 10 seismic projects here, playing a positive role in promoting the development of the country. With the support of our project managers, we try to leave a positive legacy where we work. We have supported the foundation in São Tomé e Príncipe, West Africa, with school supplies and in their social orchestra that needed concert outfits that are aimed to increase the young participants' sense of belonging. In Suriname, we have helped a foundation that supports persons with physical disabilities to enjoy their livelihoods by providing jobs in a local garden and selling plants to the community. We also selected qualified young people to receive recognized training in occupational health and safety and environmental management to supply the growing demand in the country. In my opinion, helping communities where we work is not only the right thing to do, it's also great for our company's reputation. We have been making our way into our industry groups such as Energeo Alliance by being part of the decisions of committees and participating in their conferences. Last year, I was one of the presenters in the Energeo Alliance HSC and Sustainability Forum, where we introduced our ideas to create a how-to library, a library of standards on how to manage several aspects of the QHSE in a seismic project. This year, I'll present once again our experience in mitigating impacts on coral ecosystems when operating in shallow coral reach areas. I was also part of the group that developed Energeo's guidance for estimating and reporting greenhouse gas emissions on marine surveys, and now we are working on the onshore standard. We also became members of the United Nations Global Compact, and we are producing our first sustainability report. These are achievements that make me proud of being part of this company, where I feel respected and part of a team. Thank you, BGP Offshore, for this opportunity, and thanks CNPC for making this happen.
Thank you. 然后我们来看看，想看下一个视频，想看什么呢？看一个图标，选一个图标。
And click one of the icons on the
要
screen.
不我们看一下音乐的。
Should I propose the icon of music?
Ali, 33 years old, works in the PKOP refinery modernization project of the Kazajistán branch of China Petroleum Engineering and Construction Corporation.
2006年到2007年，我在西安外国语学院留学。那时候我最喜欢吃羊肉泡馍，最喜欢唱《有没有人告诉你》。有没有人真告诉你，我很爱你？有没有人真在你日记里哭泣？有没有人真告诉你，我很在意，在一座城市的距离。
From May 2010 to now, Ali has participated in the construction of Compressor Station 1 of Line A and B of the Central Asia Natural Gas Pipeline, Compressor Station 2 of Line C, and the PKOP project. He is responsible for external liaison and personnel transportation of the projects.
你知道 PK 两场，干 PK 两场项目的2-3千个中国员工都是我接来的。
都是你从机场接来的。
I was the one pick up
我说了，我说在新公司10年了，每一次都是你接的我。我一看到你啊，就感觉像回家了一样，感觉特别亲切啊！你。
欢迎回家。
Workplace, welcome home.
He has transported over 10,000 person times without any mistake.
这是我的。
This is my job.
对我的工作，我非常喜欢这个工
I
作。
like my job. I love it.
好，说。
我从大学毕业就进入 CPCC， 这里就像我的家一样。我在这里参与项目建设，出乎意料在这里结婚有了幸福的一家人。这是我的女儿们，这是大女孩，她叫 Yasmina。她刚出生的时候，我们二号山刚刚开始建设。这是我的第二个女孩，她叫王。她出生的时候，
When he was
我
born,
们 PG 两厂刚
our
刚开始建。
PKOP refinery has just started its construction.
哈萨克斯坦很漂亮，我希望
And
有
Kazakhstan is very
中国
beautiful.
朋
I
友
hope
来
more
哈萨
Chinese
克斯
friends will
坦，
come to
我可以给大家
Kazakhstan.
做导游。
I can
欢
be
迎
your
大家来哈萨
tour.
克斯
Welcome
坦。
to our country.
愿哈中
May
有
Kazakhstan
一
China
场
friendship last
胜
forever.
利。
感谢阿丽给我们介绍她的这个工作，然后看得出来她很喜欢音乐的。那我们来看一下下一个视频选什么呢？
So what's the next video to
给大
look
家
at?
选一下。
Please vote.
哪一个？啊。
Ni hao, I am Sultan Hamdan Al Gharibi from the United Arab Emirates. I'm responsible for the government relation, Emiratization between CBECC and the UAE authorities in the Human Resources Department of CBECC Gulf Regional Branch. تأسست الشركة في سوق دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة في عام 2006 وخلالها أكملنا ولله الحمد بنجاح العديد من المشاريع على سبيل المثال أدكب، مندر، باب وكذلك حبشان 5 وحققنا ولله الحمد العديد من الإنجازات الرائعة وكذلك قمنا ولله الحمد بتوظيف العديد من المواطنين في مختلف المشاريع، وذلك لتحقيق القيمة المضافة والمساهمة في جميع الأنشطة الاجتماعية. ومن خلال تنفيذ هذه المشاريع أصبحت الشركة ولله الحمد محل ثقة من شركة. انضممت إلى الفرع الإقليمي لشركة China Petroleum and Construction Corporation فرع الخليج في عام 2013. أكملت أكثر ما يقارب من 10 سنوات في الشركة. خلال 10 سنوات لم أكبر فحسب، بل اكتسبت العديد من الخبرات والصداقات التي جعلتني أشعر بدفء العمل في هذه البيئة. منذ البداية كنت مسؤولا عن بناء وتطوير العلاقات الخارجية وكذلك تطوير الأعمال التجارية للشركة. أعمل حاليا كمدير علاقات عامة وأقوم بتقديم الدعم الكامل لخدمة مختلف المشاريع في الفرع الإقليمي. أشعر بأنني تطورت وتحسنت في العديد من المهارات، وأصبحت أمتلك في هذا الوقت الثقة الكاملة في العمل، وفي الوقت نفسه لم أعد مستعجلا في حل المهام المعقدة، وأستطيع حاليا أن أضع لي أولويات في العمل. The Chinese culture is well known through the history since the Silk Road was supported by the Han Dynasty. Nowadays, the Silk Road is more known as the One Belt, One Road, of which my country, alhamdulillah, became a member of. China is the second largest trading partner of the UAE, doing the export in countries from the west to north. أخيراً أود أن أقدم لكم تعريفاً موجزاً عن بلادي الإمارات تحت قيادة والدي وسيدي سمو الشيخ محمد بن زايد آل نهيان، والذي تطورت معه الإمارات بشكل ملحوظ في جميع المجالات، وأصبحت محل جذب للعديد من الجنسيات، وأصبح الكثير يرغب في المجيء إلى الإمارات للعمل والعيش والسياحة. وفي الوقت نفسه تتمتع أبو ظبي بتجربة فريدة ومتنوعة ومزدوجة بين التراث والحضارة والحداثة. لديها العديد من المتاحف والمنتزهات وأماكن ترفيهية كثيرة تجذب جميع الأطراف من جميع أنحاء العالم. وهنا ومن قلب أبو ظبي أحب أن أرحب بالجميع بزيارتنا والتعرف على ثقافتنا.
Welcome. 这个语言让我感到很亲切，因为我的母语也是阿拉伯语。那么下一个视频，我们来选一个乒乓球的吧。
Now let's choose the ping pong icon.
Hi 大家好，我叫阿哈曼，来自巴基斯坦，是一名博士后，目前在中国设有东方乌坦公司研究员，从事国家地质方面的研究工作。在新的大学本科毕业之后，我在巴基斯坦最大石油公司 OGDC 工作了5年。因为巴基斯坦是一带一路沿线国家，每年我们那里有很多人选择来中国深造，所以我也相信来到浙江大学继续学习。
My different major and disciplines.
巴基斯坦工作的时候，我听说 BGP 是一个非常好的企业，所以我选择来到了 BGP 作为我的博士后工作站。BGP 的项目遍布全球各地，给我们的客人带来了很大的便利。2023年上半年，我就发布了2篇论文。我的论文发表了。 博士后出站之后，我也想留在 BGP 工作，我特别喜欢这里。
I like it a lot.
BGP 非常尊重我们的宗教信仰和饮食习惯，员工食堂会单独为我们准备清真食物。
will prepare the type of food for us.
我对中国的文化
I'm very
非常
interested in
感
Chinese
兴
culture
趣。
as well.
意思就是我要吐血了，我再有一张告诉你手上。
下班后，我跟同事一起运动，有时候打乒乓球或者排球。
Handball, tennis, and sometimes volleyball.
非常感谢阿曼的分享，然后我们来看一下下一个视频，选什么呢
Video, which one should we choose?
Error.
Which one? This is my hometown, Daqing, a green and oil city, a city of hundreds of natural lakes, the towering and the continuous walking machine mark a symbol of a great city born on the wilderness. And you can see the you can see the actions we have been taking, and you can see the measurement caused by the walking raw, and we have created the Daqing spirit and the Iron Man spirit, and which have also become the major spirit to encourage different generations of the Chinese people to work harder. My name is Gobin Billy. I graduated from Portobello College in Dublin. In 2013, I went to work for the workover project of Daqing, downhole service project in Iraq. And then during this process, I worked in the Belt and Road project. I have witnessed the development of my great country. I can feel the role of the Belt Initiative in promoting the community of shared destiny. Everything I see has made me very proud. I believe my work is more meaningful and valuable. What impressed me most is that I worked with an Iraqi youth to realize his dream of becoming a working engineer. In 2018, I interviewed an Iraqi young man named Hossein, who has graduated, and due to lack of experience, his path to applying for work engineer has also been frustrated. I saw his anxious expression. I couldn't help but think of myself when I just stepped out of the campus. I smiled and asked him, would it be helpful if you started as a translator? He looked up excitedly and said, I can start from the beginning. Please trust me. Then I hired him and sent him to DQW0076 for the translator. In 2019, due to the expansion of the project, we lacked the shortage. We lacked the number of personnel for the engineer, and I applied to the rig to fill the vacancy. Just as I was busy with the rig inspection, Hussein came to me. Originally, after more than 1 year of practice, he has passed various tests and eventually become a trainee workover engineer. Since then, he became my assistant. In the following days, Hussein and I cooperated very well, and we have successfully completed our acceptance and the beginning of the project. In the following work, once we encounter complex problems and challenges, we communicate with each other and discuss with each other. And in our daily work, we have strengthened our friendship. In 2020, I seriously signed my name on the qualification letter letter for Hussein to become the official staff. He has become the first Iraqi walkover engineer in the history of the company. I'm very proud to be able to help Iraqi youth to give full play to their role on the big stage of the Belt and Road Initiative. I'm very proud to have strengthened my friendship and our friendship with the employees of Iraq, and with years of overseas experience of working abroad. I believe the Belt and Road Initiative has helped different countries and regions with a lot of opportunities provided. The general public can also enjoy the sense of participation and happiness and achievement. I believe the Belt and Road Initiative from China will belong to the whole world, and will also continue to gain more fruitful results along the Belt and Road Initiative, and along the pace of high quality development will yield more fruits on this path. Thank you to Billy for his great story and moving story. Next video, which one should we choose? Hello, I'm from Turkmenistan, Sapporo. I'm now start my schooling in the heating dynamics in Peking University, thanks to the Belt and Road Initiative. From the starting to the beginning to the development, my country, Turkmenistan, has also joined the force. My study here has also benefited from the Belt and Road Initiative. My country, Turkmenistan, has a lot of desert and blue ocean and different landmark buildings that should be a must visit place, such as our television tower and the palace, and the tower you can see is very close to the Davaya, as well as one of the top 10 miracles in the whole world. And you can see in 2017 it is quite meaningful for Turkmenistan. We have hosted the 5th International Asian Conference, and you can see we have also showcased our landmark interests and landmark elements of Turkmenistan, and we have used a lot of high-tech to showcase the splendid and the spectacular scene. And you can see the horse is our treasure and asset. It is my favorite animal as well. At the same time, the hound is also our guardian god. And you can see we have a lot of cuisine and food, such as the pancake and rice and mutton. We have a lot of different pancakes and different fried steam bun, and you can enjoy the great food there. And welcome to my country to enjoy the yummy food. In 2015, I come to China after 8 years. In the process of studying, I have been integrating myself into every aspect of China. I engaged in the event of talking to the world. Turkmenistan has a lot of stories to share, and I have a dream of working in the petroleum industry, and then I have enjoyed the opportunity to work in the national normal university, and then I have enjoyed the opportunities of overseas study of CNPC. And then I decided to abandon the university opportunity, and then I decided to come to China to study Chinese and learn more about China's professional knowledge. In June this year, I served as the torchbearer of the Universal Yacht in Chengdu. Over the past 8 years, you can see I can feel China each day. I can see China is becoming better, and thanks to the policy of energy conservation and emission reduction, we want to strengthen the anti-conservation results, and PM 2.5 is on the decrease, and we have enjoying more blue skies in Beijing, and we want to strengthen anti-conservation and improve the alternatives and the different utilization of different alternative fuels. In this way, we can contribute to carbon peak and carbon neutrality.
很感谢撒普尔，看到这个视
Thank
频
you,
有很
Sapor.
多美食的
And
照片，我
as
现
I
在都
was
感觉
looking
饿
at
了。
the video, it made me feel a little bit hungry. You have so many delicious local
选择中
food.
国也是
And the
一个
reason
缘
I
分，
think
我们
that
能
you
在这
choose
个地方
China
现
to
在
study and
见
work
面，也是一个
is so
缘
meant to
分。
be.
下一个视频
So is this
我们
meeting.
选什么呢？选
What's
这个
next
奖
video
杯
to click on? The trophy.
မင်္ဂလာပါကျမကတော့ဝီရီပါ CNPC SEAGB SEAOB ရန်ကုန်ရုံးခွဲကစီမံရေးရာဝန်ထမ်းတစ်ယောက်ဖြစ်ပါတယ်2017မေလ2ရက်နေ့မှာအလုပ်စဝင်ခဲ့တာဆိုတော့အခုဆိုလို့ရှိရင်လုပ်သက်12နှစ်ရှိပါပြီကျမဘဝရဲ့ပထမဆုံးအလုပ်လည်းဖြစ်ပါတယ်ပျော်ရွှင်စွာနဲ့လုပ်နေရတဲ့အလုပ်လည်းဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဒါဟာတိုးတက်မှုတွေစိန်ခေါ်မှုတွေအောင်မြင်မှုတွေမျိုးထွေးကြည်နူးဖွယ်ရာအတွေ့အကြုံတွေနဲ့ပြည့်နေတဲ့ကျမဘဝရဲ့အရေးပါတဲ့ခရီးတစ်ခုပါပဲဒါကြောင့်တရုတ်မြန်မာရင်းနှီးတဲ့သဘာဝဓာတ်ငွေပိုက်လိုင်းစီမံကိန်းမှာကျမဖြတ်တန်းခဲ့ရတဲ့အတွေ့အကြုံတွေအကြောင်းကိုနည်းနည်းလောက်မျှဝေပြောပြချင်ပါတယ်2011ခုနှစ်မေလတာယာတဲ့နေ့တစ်နေ့မှာကျမဟာစီမံကိန်းရဲ့ရန်ကုန်ရုံးခွဲမှာအလုပ်စတင်ဝင်ရောက်ခဲ့ပါတယ်အလုပ်စဝင်ခါစားမှာအလုပ်အကြောင်းတည်တည်ချာချာမသိခဲ့ပေမဲ့ကံကောင်းထောက်မှစွာနဲ့ပဲကိုကျိုးမဖတ်ပဲအကူအညီပေးခဲ့တဲ့ဖော်ကိုင်မတ်တွေနဲ့ကြုံခဲ့ရပါတယ်သူတို့ကအလုပ်နဲ့ပတ်သက်တာအကုန်လုံးကိုကိုညီနဲ့ညီပေးခဲ့ပါတယ်
They helped and guided me in everything. The company has actively engaged us and supported our growth as young employee. And through the training and other activities, we have been growing very fast in the career planning and development. With the company's support, I got an MBA degree. Additionally, participated in the SEAGB, SEAOB, and SPS local staff speech competition. Additionally, and I win the first place. Very proud. Many local staff members have similar experiences in the company, and we're grateful for the platform and opportunities the company had provided us. Beyond my personal growth and transformation, I have also witnessed the project evolving to a friendship golden bridge that promotes harmony and benefits the people of Myanmar. After commissioning the China-Myanmar natural gas pipeline, over 8 million cubic meters of the clean energy have been transported to regions along the pipeline within 10 years. With construction of natural gas power plants, many areas that previously lacked electricity now enjoy stable power supply. And projects significantly improved the livelihood and have driven local economic growth, truly creating win-win situation. Furthermore, the project has implemented 334 social welfare projects along the pipeline, including education, healthcare, infrastructure, and community development. In addition, the construction of communication stations, cultural and sports facilities, kindergartens, orphanages, and nursing homes have brought hope and opportunities to the local communities. I've witnessed the positive changes that CSR projects have brought to Myanmar's communities. The CSR projects represent hope, care, and mutual development. I would like to express my gratitude to all the colleagues who have supported me over the years. Let us continue to work together. Thank you all.
感谢韦一这位美丽的女士来给我们
Thank you.
介绍她的故事。那么下一个
Thank you
视
for
频我们
the
选择什么呢？
storytelling of yourself.
Thank you so much for your appreciation.
是 Pakistán，我是有这个。
I'm a localized employee of the China Pipeline International. ATG is a project jointly invested by China and Uzbekistan. Under the Belt and Road Initiative, our project is a long-haul natural gas pipeline project, which is responsible for transporting natural gas from Turkmenistan to Uzbekistan to China via Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, and Kazajistán through pressurizing in pipeline. And this project has made a lot of changes in my life. During my time at ATG, my family is getting better, is better off now. At ATG, I was exposed to a lot of new equipment and technologies, which are highly automated and safer. With the help of my Chinese colleagues, I learned to operate and maintain them. Through technical innovation, with the joint efforts of my Chinese colleagues, we have reduced the average downtime of the units to advanced world level. ATG has enabled me to get to know many Chinese colleagues. We live and work together. We are more like family than friends. I learned a lot about Chinese culture. I feel the kindness, diligence, and enthusiasm of the Chinese people. I hope this will be more cooperation projects under Belt and Road Initiative in the future. These projects will allow the Chinese and Uzbekistan people to get to know each other more and better, and will allow us ordinary people to live a better life. Thanks a lot for the video showing us the beauty of Uzbekistan. How about we watch the next video of microphone? Hello everyone, I'm Yuni from Sudan. I'm a senior undergraduate student majoring computer science at University of Petroleum in China. Sudan, my home country, important producer of petroleum. Before I came to China, I learned that there are Chinese oil companies with energy development business in Sudan. Among them, PetroChina, one of the world top 500 companies, has a lot of connections with my country. My motherland, Sudan, is located in the northeast of Africa on the east coast of the Red Sea. We're blessed with geological conditions for the formation of large oil fields. However, due to the inadequate technology and capital, it's difficult for Sudan to develop its own oil industry. In 1995, CNPC entered Sudan, and cooperating with Sudan counterparts with the help of CNPC, Sudan built up its industry of oil, transforming itself from a backward economy, agriculture country into an oil-producing and exporting country. And what is even more meaningful is that CNPC has built many hospitals, schools, water wells, and other infrastructures for living, which have improved the living standards of local people in the Hegrig region of Sudan. CNPC donated and built a hospital and provided medical care and diagnosis, and also the medical services and products for free. There are a lot of people and patients attend to this hospital even from 100 miles away. director of the hospital said that the tropical diseases such as pneumonia, malaria are actually epidemic at the local place. Before the hospital was built, it was very inconvenient for them to attend to the medical service, and it will cause serious injury and even death because they could not attend to see a doctor in time. So it's very life-saving, this hospital is. I hope that I can become a useful person in the future and will care for people and give back to the society like CNPC. PetroChina has also provided a lot of job opportunities to Sudanese and solved employment issue in Sudan, not only provide us way of living, but also shared with us technology. It helped us to get more opportunities in education. It's fair to say that CNPC offered us opportunity to eradicate poverty. Whereas carrying out is it's operating its business, but it's also carrying out corporate social responsibility. It has built a monument of the transnational friendship and cooperation, which has deepened friendship between the two countries. We hope that CNPC will write more compelling stories of friendship between our two countries. President Xi Jinping replied a letter to our international students in the university. It is very encouraging to all the international students here in the university. President Xi Jinping recently participated in the BRICS summit in South Africa, and they believe that the modernization themed at peace and cooperation. I hope that it can serve as a bridge between China and Africa, contributing to the cooperation between Africa and China and contribute to the building of the community with a shared future. Thank you very much. We have one last video to enjoy. I'm born in Pakistan. I've been working for 3 years since 2019. I've been working at CPECC projects. I'm so delighted that this company gave me the opportunity working in Iraq. I have my colleagues here, and many of whom are my friends now. They're in charge of various responsibilities. Some are engineers, some are chefs, some others are manual labor. How are you doing? This is an electric welder, arrived here yesterday, and the newcomers need to get trained. And they are cutting and filling with weldment. And then they will be tested in the training station.
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm from inspection generator. So, unit number 120. Okay.
He's an engineer of the erosion-proof resistance. Employees of our FIRE project are from many countries: India, Pakistan, Philippines, and Iraq. And since many of them are not into Chinese food that much, so our FIRE project built a cafeteria for them, serving local food. At GPP project in Hafaya, friends from across the world work hard together. The job has been strongly supporting the living of me and my families. We have brought fields and a house enjoying a better life. Hope I can keep working for CPECC, advancing and thriving together. Thank you, Hashnai. I can see that you're already online. Would you like to say hello to everyone here?
欢迎欢迎。
不好意思，真不好意思。
My apologies. That's okay.
我们
After 10 videos, after the 10 stories being told, I believe that you would like to join me in a warm round of applause and thanking them for the contribution and efforts in the workplace.
A big hand to all of you.
那么下面我们将进入青
Let's
年
enter
论坛环
the
节。
youth dialogue
今天
session.
的论坛
In
将
today's
围绕
forum,
合作共赢、
we will
携
focus
手
on
同行的10年来进
joining
行。
hands in
10
the past
年中，我
decade
们有
and
变化，有
multi-wing
成长，
cooperation. In
有
the past
收
years,
获，
we
有
have the
感悟。
changes, we
首 先，
have the
让我们
dreams,
听
and we
听
have
作为
the
青年代
cooperation.
表的
Now let's listen to the voices of the youth representatives.
首先，
First,
我们让萨布尔博士哥
let's
哥
welcome
来
Dr. Sabu.
您感觉这10年自己或者
Could
家
you
庭
share with
最大
us
的变
your
化
life,
和
the
成长是
changes
什么
and your growth over the past 10 years in terms of your work and your family?
好的，谢谢于您。
Thank you to the
首先以母
hosts.
语打声招呼。
I want to say my mother tongue. Hello everyone, good morning.
尊敬的申部长
Respected Dr. Shen, respected General Manager Mr. Deng, respected Secretary Zhao, respected Dr. Su, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends from the press, good morning. I'm from Turkmenistan. My name is Sapu. In 2015, I had the honor to work in the joint projects of CNPC and my country's university. And you can see I have been here for several years. And you can see the culture here and the beautiful food and cuisine here have made me feel like at home.
那么围绕着咱们这
Focusing
个话
on
题
this
呢，就
topic,
是我们都知道，在2013
in
年，习总书记
2013, President Xi has proposed the Belt and Road
项目的
Initiative.
这个事情呢，其实对于我们土库
This
曼
is
人
quite
来讲，
amazing for Turkmenistan. It is quite familiar to us because for the former president and his leadership, we have also proposed the ancient Silk Road cooperation model. That is why you can see in terms of the cooperation between China and Turkmenistan, we are friends from ancient time. In 2023, on January the 6th, our president has visited China. President Xi has promoted that in terms of the friendship between our two countries, we have the 31st anniversary of our friendship. And the two countries have shared our concepts and our values and interests in the development path. We needed to join hands to move forward together to sow the seeds of cooperation. That is why I believe whether as a student or as the Peking University youth, I want to say thank you to Chinese government and the Communist Party of China. Thank you for delivering the opportunities for so many students to come to China to learn more about your professional knowledge. And we have more opportunities here to make friends with the Chinese young people and communicate with the Chinese young friends and dialogue with the enterprises here in China. Actually, in my bachelor degree, I studied the petroleum structures. I believe for me, actually, I was born in the coastal region, and from the childhood, I learned about oil each day. When I went to the coast region or go to the desert, I went to the desert, I can see the drilling machines. That is why in my professional planning, I had the dream When I came to China, within the past 7 or 8 years, you can see whatever we see and we have heard. For the past 10 years, we believe China has also been restructuring its energy mix, and China has accelerated its energy low-carbon transformation development. China has also invested handsomely in this regard to push forward renewables and clean energy. In 2021, based on my knowledge, compared with 2015, per capita GDP CO2 emission has also been reduced by over 50%. I believe this data is quite amazing. As a large country with a lot of population, you can see this kind of sharp reduction of CO2 emission is quite challenging and amazing. That is why I believe China can do whatever it has promised. And whatever challenges we have met in the previous 3 years of the pandemic, or in terms of the world crisis, you can see China can provide the model for the whole world to reduce CO2 emission and save energy. In 2022, for Beijing, it has become the dual cities of Olympic Games, the city of dual Olympic Games, Green Olympic Games. Have also become the concept of Beijing to host the Winter Olympic Games. On the one hand, we can reduce the CO2 emission. On the other hand, in the energy sector, China has also, I believe, you can see the examples everywhere of clean energy. In the speed skating oval of Beijing 2022 Olympic Games, my PhD tutor, Mr. Zhang, has also engaged in terms of the refrigeration and cooling machine of the speed skating oval venue of Beijing 2022 Olympic Games. It has also become the major opportunities to save the energy and reduce CO2 emission. In 2020, I joined the team. I worked with my PhD tutor, and then I learned that we have used the direct cooling and cross CO2 emission CO2 system. This system was used in Japan and Swiss and other European countries. However, for the Winter Olympic Games venue, China can become the very first country to use this technology, to use this kind of green and successful examples in the Olympic venue. I believe for Beijing 2022 Olympic Games, it has also engaged about 300 million people on the ice to engage in the winter sports. You know that I have been studying at the China University of Petroleum, and then I studied at Peking University, and then you can see we are having thinking about the comprehensive utilization of CO2. In our research, we believe we have served as the recycling and the refining station, and now I have been working with CNPC and the Daqing oil field and the Xin'ao company. We have been talking about the utilization of CO2. Our target is that we want to replace water with CO2 with high efficient measures. We can use the thermal heat, and then we can use a lot of CO2 resources. At the same time, China's energy conservation and emission reduction can be contributed, and we can contribute all parts to hit the target of carbon peak and carbon neutrality. In my communication with CNPC I can fully feel that whether it is CNPC or scientific or CNUC, in terms of energy conservation, you have also made a lot of new policies. For example, in our dialogue, Mr. Guo, Billy, Daqing oil field is a case in point. Daqing oil field has used a lot of natural gas. It has influenced the CO2 emission. After the Chinese government has promoted the CO2 emission reduction and the utilization of new energies, and we have been using a lot of new energies such as solar power and wind power. In this process, I believe Dr. Yang has also introduced to me when we want to improve the oil production, we should also think about utilizing CO2. In my bachelor degree, we have been thinking about the research of CO2. Dr. Yang has also introduced that we want to improve the CO2 utilization efficiency. We want to store or capture the CO2 underground. It's not that you can simply make it into the fossil fuel. You have a lot of challenges ahead. For China, I believe it is a successful and mature technology. In our country, we have a lot of energies, and we need to rely on China and other advanced countries. Our largest partner, China, is a case in point for us. They can help us in terms of technologies and support. That is my introduction. Thank you. In your video introduction, you have also refused the opportunity to go to the university directly from high school, and you have also chosen the opportunity of CNPC. What is that? Why is that? It's a good question. In 2013, in our high school talent class, I attended the competition of mathematicians, and in Britain, they have the team of 6 members. 5 of them were Chinese nationality, and then they have been thinking. We believe China's education is quite advanced. 5 of them spent only 1 hour and they got to the champion. However, for us, for 6 hours, we have been trying to answer the questions. On the one hand, I had the aspiration for China's education. On the other hand, I had an interest in Chinese. I believe in the future, Chinese can become the world language. That is the great hope in my mind. And then, the Dragon Oil Company from Europe has also set up their project in Russia. After different screening process, I decided to come to China. At least I can learn about a new language. This is quite a benefit for all of us.
非常感谢。
In terms of China's education, I believe I had shared the same aspiration. You can see China's education is ranking across the whole world as #1. In terms of your research team, it is about energy conservation and emission reduction, right? In terms of the energy conservation and emission reduction, I want to understand what is the wide application of your research projects. What changes you can bring to your life? Do you understand? Do you know about China's petroleum development? I want to say, on the one hand, you can look at the national speed skating venue, such as the snowmaking and ice making technology, and in Beijing, in Haidian and Fengtai district, we have the refrigeration technology used in the supermarkets. For the refrigeration chain, I believe, you can see the refrigeration, the large warehouse of refrigeration and heating and refrigeration technology in a lot of supermarkets. They have been widely used in the speed skating venue. For CO2, you can see CO2 has been widely used for the cooling. And at the same time, you can use CO2 for different purposes. For example, for refrigeration and cooling and heating, CO2 is quite efficient. Whether it is about the thermal heat and the refrigeration chain, CO2 technology is quite successful here in China. In mainland China, in the past 1 or 2 years, it has started using the commercialization of the CO2 research results in CNPC. You can see you have a lot of oil fields and natural gas fields.
What I learned is that in the various enterprises, they set up targets for enterprises. One thing I'd like to mention, what we have exploited, because there is a lot of waste of resources in the process of the oil exploration, especially the used oil well. And there are some natural gas field. The exploration is not done very well, so they need the replacement. I mean, the technology of the carbon dioxide to do the replacement, to extract gas or to use the carbon dioxide to extract gas or oil. And I think PetroChina, CNPC, they're many these technologies, very innovative ones, are under development and being operated. Next, I would like to invite Ahmed to tell us a bit more about his story. Welcome.
In the youth multicultural dialogue. I would like to introduce myself and my company where I am working from last 2 years. I am Dr. Ahmed Sohail from Pakistan. I did my master's and PhD from Zhejiang University, majoring in structural geology and tectonics. In the last 10 years, I mainly engaged in the research of structural geology. I have made some academic achievements in the academic field and participate in many scientific projects. My most of projects belongs to the NSFC, and I published almost 7 Q1 papers. The research results have an important impact on the field of geological and geophysical research. Nowadays, I am doing postdoctor at the BGP. As a postdoctoral researcher, the biggest growth in the past decades is to have a stronger ability of independent and deep thinking. I mainly work on the reservoir characterization, fault and fracture analysis, stress analysis, regional tectonics, and hydrocarbon migration and reservoir modeling. BGP is a worldwide leading geophysical solution provider, which offer a comprehensive range of leading-edge geophysical products and quality services to the energy industry. I have an operating footprint covering over 70 countries and regions and enjoy a customer base in excess of 300 oil and gas companies. BGP is deeply passionate about the individual innovation and the quality extras. BGP operates and maintains a content of coherent geophysical business activities encompassing a wide spectrum of specialized services, include onshore, offshore, seismic acquisition, data processing, seismic data interpretation, and reservoir geophysics, geophysical research and development, non-seismic survey, geophysical software systems such as GeoEast or Petrel. So if you would like to learn more about the BGP, or if there is anything specific you would like to discuss, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Our head office is in Chocho. It's just almost 50 or 60 kilometers far from here. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, Have a good day, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. 那么可以再用3个词来评价一
Can I
下
ask you to
您
use
所
3
了解
words
的
to
BGP?
describe the BGP you work with?
Well, I think it's very hard for me to just describe in 3 words. So the main, if I just describe in 3 words, so it should be the quality. Quality should be first one, and the individual, and the innovation. Because before we was working on the previous models, so nowadays the technology is going fast. So that's why.
那么，另外在 BGP 的这几点，我想肯定也
I
是
think you benefit a
收获很
lot
多。
from
有哪
working
些收获可以
BGP.
跟我们
What
分享
have
一下？
benefited from it?
Well, I think as I'm a structural geologist, when I joined the BGP, the work was totally different from my previous work because I'm a research geologist. But nowadays, I learned a lot from the BGP and how the different methods they are using and what they will do in the future. And currently, I'm still in the process where I should learn more and more. And hopefully, I will continue my work and participate more and more projects in the BGP. Thank you.
好，感谢感谢。那么I just saw Sultan next to me, and who has been attentively listening to the decisions of other friends. Knowing that you recently returned from the largest integrated petrochemical project in Asia, Guangdong Petrochemical, what was the most memorable part of your trip to China this time?
First of all, good morning, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me introduce myself. I am Sultan Hamdan Aghribi. I am from United Arab Emirates. I joined the CBECC Gulf Region branch in 2013 as a public relation manager on Emiratization. Our company actually working as ABC company, CBIC as known in China. We have done successfully completed many of projects like EDCOB, BAB, Mender, and Habshan 5. Back to your question, yes, I have got this opportunity to visit the petrochemical refinery, and this visit has not only enhanced my understanding of the petrochemical industry, but also given me a valuable perspective on the importance of technology, advance, and safety measures. Yeah.
Thank you so much. In the video, I noticed that your company has been involved in many charitable activities in your local area. This helping more people count as the proudest and most rewarding achievement for you in these past 10 years?
Yeah. As we are an ABC company, our vision is not only deliver the successful projects, also we are contributing on the social economy of the United Arab Emirates. One of our key priority is to recruiting the local and employing them on most of our projects. Furthermore, we are committed to supporting the small company by allowing them to get the opportunity to collaborate with us on all of our projects. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. 那么欢迎阿里
Welcome,
阿里先生来跟我们
could you please share with us your
分享一下你
story?
的发言，你的故事。
Please, you can start now.
大家好
Good morning to you all.
Меня зовут Али. Вот 今天
I'll
讲
speak Russian today.
Меня зовут Али.
My name is
Я из
Ali.
Казахстана.
I'm from Kazakhstan.
В мае 2010 году.
I joined CPCC in May of 2010. It's like a second family to me. I made a lot of Chinese friends here in CPCC. It's a big family, and we work together on many projects, including KC1, KC2, and Central China natural gas pipeline. Those are large-scale projects we worked on together. And PKOP is one of the projects. Working in CPECC, especially on my first job, first project, my first daughter, my eldest daughter, was born. And on the second station, my second daughter was born. And when I was on the third project, my third child is a son, was born. So it's like every a new project is a blessing to me. It's a blessing of life. I go to work 8 a.m. It's like go to my second family, another family. That's all. Thank you very much. That's very interesting. We know that you're a big fan of the Chinese song. Would you like to show us one of your talents? Sure, happy to. Should we sing together? It will even better if we can sing together. I can teach you if you do not know how.
有没有人曾告诉你我很爱你？有没有人曾在你日记里哭泣？有没有人曾告诉你我很在意这座城市的距离？再来，印度，我们现在再来一块。
Together.
我想，因为有没有人真是你？我很爱你，有没有人曾在你日记里哭泣？有没有人曾告诉你我很在意这座的城市的距离？谢谢。
Thank you.
今天
A big hand to all of us.
非常好。
Greatest day ever. Thank you for lighting up the spirit. I know that you came to CPECC to work after your graduation from University of Pakistan. What is the biggest achievements, the benefit?
Хороший вопрос.
After graduation from university, I went back to my home country and I get on board on PKOP. I joined CPECC in 2010 in May of that year, and 1 to 2 months later, I got married. And I started to make a lot of Chinese friends. They went to my wedding ceremony. They were my VIP guests at the table for VIP guests. They are within the group of family. They're like my family. In 2010, international tourists to Kazajistán were not many. So I make sure that they are sitting at the table for important guests. My family envied me for having so many Chinese friends participating in my wedding ceremony. And they are my colleagues. So it's like happiness, additional happiness. Not only I get married that day and also joined by many Chinese friends. Could you please tell us a story? Yes, I do have one more. The project PKOP, on that project, one of my main work is to pick up and transport colleagues to the facilities. I was always punctuality. make sure that I deliver them and pick up them in time. I was never late. I have to pick up one colleague at 6 p.m. However, the flight's arrival is in the evening, and still my family is waiting for me to come back home. So they asked me, can I go with you to pick up your Chinese friend? So I brought him to the airport. When they arrive in the airport, my son will greet them.
The Chinese colleague said hello to my boy, and they are quite hospitable, and you can see today I felt very close to all of you. Thank you for listening to my story. Thank you for sharing with us your story. It is a very interesting story, of course. Next one, let's invite Si with Yi.
Hi everyone. I am Wei from Myanmar office CAOP. Today, I'm very honored to share my decade of work during my CNPC. I'm so happy to share the biggest change and growth during my decade of work. I remember being selected as an office assistant in May 2011 since I was 19. It was my first job at the time, so I have no experience. And I remember I'm so nervous and shy because I haven't found my personal confidence yet. The longer I work here, the better experience I had for my life and workplace. As an administrative position, I have to manage many tasks at the same time. So now I was able to quickly complete all the high priority tasks that came to me only the last minutes. During my decade of experience, I have come to enjoy managing all of my work and personal life. Now, I became a master on time management tool. When I started the visa extension process, I didn't understand how I was going to communicate with the government departments. But one of my senior staff guided me, and I learned hard everything. So now it has become a very easy process for me. One of my problems is the language. When I have to work with some Chinese college when I'm newly employed, every time I face such a problem, I lost my way. But at the time, my colleague who understands Chinese language always helped me. Now I'm able to communicate two languages in my working environment. After working in the CNPC for a long time, I always have to my new Myanmar employees with working culture, office management, computer skills, and other what they need to. And then at the first, I didn't understand this, what the crude oil and natural gas project is. As I work in the CNPC for a long time, I really understand, and our projects provided a lot of support to our Myanmar local people. I visited the school for the deep donated in 7 months ago. At the time, what I feel is that I'm so much happy to see our community supporting what they need. When the crude oil and natural gas pipeline projects came to our country, I found the surrounding rural areas improve transportation, electricity, and so on. So the development of the region was seen very significantly. During my 12 years working in the CNPC, I have developed and changed a lot. That's why in my future, I have made a decision to fight and steer more challenges than ever before. And then my family is also proud for me for improving day by day while I'm working at the CNPC community. In this time, Unfortunately, I can't able to attend these events for some difficulties. I'm so sorry for that, but I appreciate to speak in here and share my experience during my decade of work. Thank you for giving me time to share my story with all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Can you share with us your story in the pipeline project?
I can share my story with the pipeline, and I can share my Chinese college during in my decade of work. I have there is one of the Chinese college. I'm very friendly with her. She is very beautiful and helpful. So, and then she can speak the Chinese language as well. We help each other, not only in the working time but also in our personal life. And then we help each other. At the time, we studying joint in the China-Myanmar crude oil and gas pipeline projects. The project has introduced a large number of international talents, young people. At the time, we studied my Chinese college and we opened our relationships as a college. In our spare time, we study the past and exchange our experience each other, and visit so many beautiful places in Myanmar. And we how can I say? We encourage each other and more progress together and use our spare times. And then we also share our studying progress together and be together. While at the work, we learn from each other and support each other. She asked me for her Burmese language to me, and I also take the help from her learn in my Chinese language. We also face together challenges and together solve our problems together. So that is the experience with one of my Chinese colleges together. Thank you for all.
Now let's welcome Ramstan. Welcome, Ramstan.
Доброе утро. Меня зовут Рустам. Я из Узбекистана. 2013 год стал...
Hello, everyone. I'm from Uzbekistan. My name is Rustam. In 2013, when the Belt Initiative was born, I had a bond with this bond engaging in the interconnectivity project, ATG. Over the past 10 years, I had also grown along with this project from the technical staff, and I want to become the deputy head of the compression station. Now I'm in charge of the C line UCS2 operation management project. And in this process, I met a lot of Chinese friends. I want to introduce one Chinese engineer, and I believe when I joined the company, I wasn't familiar with the risks, and then I thought I had a teacher who can tell me what to do as the leader. He can tell me how to operate on the rigs, and he told me, take your time. And then he has become my teacher. And he said, everything is difficult at the beginning, and during the day we studied together, and during the night and during the holidays He will also help me off work with the paintings and drawings. We compare with each other in terms of the pipelines, and we compare different signals one by one. I want to say thank you to Qin Yang. He's younger, but he called me big brother, Aga, in my language. And I called him the Chinese name, and then we become the close friends.
很感谢来自乌兹别克斯坦的瑞森先生。那么下面
Thank you for your story.
哈什南因来给我们说。
Now let's welcome Hashnai to share with us your story. Is it okay? Dear friends, I'm Hashnai from Pakistan. Now I'm working in CPCC Iraqi project, and actually during the previous years of work in CPCC Iraqi project, you can see I have been working with a lot of Chinese friends, and then my capability has also been improved. Now my income has also been improved, and then I bought the land and house here in Pakistan, and my family has also enjoyed a better life thanks to my work. I want to say thank you to CNPC. Through my work in Iraq, you can see my colleagues in Iraq have also been enjoying a better life. I can see for the two countries, in terms of the Belt and Road Initiative, and with the support of those Chinese companies, we have been making progress. I'm very delighted that we can work in CPCC project, and I want to say thank you.
The next guest is Daniela. I'm truly impressed by your video, especially those dolphins sleeping. So your work sounds very meaningful and interesting. Can you also use 3 words to evaluate BGP's work in sustainable? I'm so sorry.
Sustainable development. Yes. I would say change, because that's what I've seen in the past 4 years working for the company. The potential of change, that's something that I really admire in China. You know, when you decide to do something, that changes really quick and it's really impressive. So that's what I've been seeing in the 4 years. I've got a lot of support and I see the change clearly happening. The other word I would use is commitment. Also, when they hired me, they had an idea of something and somewhere they wanted to get in terms of environment and social management. And there was a commitment from the top. So I can see that, and that makes a huge difference when you try to do something, right? And the third word, I'd say engagement. Engagement is essential when you're talking about environmental management too. And you need people to be willing to do things and to think the same way as you think, to be engaged, to know what they are doing, to understand about how to do things. So engagement is being an important part of my work and essential for us to continue growing in this side.
Okay, thank you so much. So what have you achieved in these 10 years?
Well, I'm a biologist, right, as I said in my video. And my first work was as a marine mammal researcher and leading. When the seismic acquisition started to happen in Brazil, they needed people offshore to do mitigation on control measures to avoid us doing any kind of impact on marine fauna. So I went offshore for 2 years. And 2 years later, I was hired to work onshore to then manage this environmental part and social part of the work. At the time, Brazil had a lot of requirements. There was a lot of things, and a lot of the environmental authority really wanted us to do the best we could. But everywhere else where I was working internationally, there wasn't a lot going on in environment. So it was always me trying to push and make cases for things to happen. And it's changed so much since then, maybe in the past 10 years, 15 years. Now companies need to change. They want to change. So people come to me and ask for my support, and they want to change as quick as possible. So I've seen a lot of change in the industry, and personally too. Of course, I went back to school and I had several courses and continue my personal development, learned on the job, learned before I was with another company, and 4 years from, since 4 years from now, I've been with BGP, and I never worked with a Chinese before. I didn't know what to expect, but I'm positively surprised of being able to, and getting support from top management to do the things that we need to do. And that's been really great.
Thank you so much. 然后再次欢迎你在这里。
My apologies, my Mandarin is not very good, so
over here is Oliver from London, UK. Now let's welcome Oliver to introduce himself and share his 10-year journey with us. Please go ahead.
Thanks. Thanks very much. Hi, everyone. So yeah, my name's Oliver Maddox. I'm from London, and I work for PCI, or PetroChina International, in the trading division. So our offices are in London, and our focus is the outward-facing international energy trading markets. I joined the company in 2019, 4 years ago. Previously had spent 3 years working at BP. And my role within the company is senior LNG market analyst. So our focus is the LNG markets, but I work as part of a team that looks at all commodities in the energy space. So trading Brent, crude, gas markets such as TTF and NBP in the European continent. We also have a growing clean energy business that looks at power and carbon emissions. We're responsible for the European and African markets, and for expanding CNPC's reach within the European continent as well. And I work as part of a team of analysts from all across the globe, from China in Beijing, Singapore, London, the Middle East as well, and also in the US and Canada. So our London subsidiary, as I mentioned, is responsible for Europe and Africa. We have a joint venture with a UK-based oil major called INEOS. And I think this demonstrates CNPC's commitment to working closely with European energy trading partners. Our teams participate in many different markets, as I mentioned. We have a team of traders and originators who are responsible for both short-term and long-term trading. Recently, we've taken capacity at an LNG terminal in Europe called Gate in the Netherlands. Again, this is a really good example of CNPC expanding its business in the European market. It's going to give us a lot of options in terms of managing our global LNG portfolio and growing our business in the European and the Atlantic space. As I mentioned, alongside our gas and oil business, we also have a growing clean energy business, and I think we've heard a lot about clean energy and its importance today. We currently trade on the power markets with electricity, and we also trade carbon emissions and credits. We're looking to expand our business and trade things like hydrogen and ammonia in the future, and we're also looking at more niche markets such as helium. PetroChina as a business has made a commitment to peak carbon emissions by 2025, and we want to reach near zero carbon emissions by 2050, which is in line with most of our peers in the European space. So onto my story. I've spent most of my career here at CNPC, and so I can attribute a lot of my development to CNPC and the family-like aspects that the company offers. I think we've heard a lot from our colleagues about how the company does feel like a family, and it's very, very supportive. We're encouraged to develop our skills and also develop our relationships with employees both in the local offices and around the world. I've been lucky enough to travel to Beijing once before and also to our Singapore office, and so working with international colleagues from all over the world. I think for me, it's not something I would have foreseen, to be giving a speech like this in China. It's a bit of a dream of mine to be in China. It's very far away from home, but it does feel like home when I'm here. So yeah, thank you very much for having me. I think, yeah, CNPC is an incredible company to work for. One trait that I've developed massively since being here is confidence. I think to be able to stand here and give a presentation, if you saw me maybe 4 or 5 years ago, that would have been very surprising. So yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. 然后也很感谢您，
Thank
也
you
是我
to
们
have
的
you
荣幸能
here.
够在这里见到您。那么
Our
下一位
last
我们的
representative to speak
代表来自
is from the well-known oil city 大庆 in China. His name is Guo Beining.
他现在跟
It's like Hashnain.
一样
He's
都在
working in
伊拉克
Iraq.
工作。欢迎北宁跟我们分享他的故事。
Floor's yours.
So hello everyone, my name is Guo Beining. I'm come from Daqing Danho Service Company, and also that I'm just a little bit opposite with Oliver. His Chinese is not quite well, and he prefers to speak English, but my Chinese is brilliant. So I prefer to speak English also. Excuse me. So the China Daily and the China Youth Daily, please make attention that for the next 2-3 minutes, I believe that the sponsor gave me 2 minutes left. Is that right? Yeah, or maybe longer. So make attention that what I'm going to say for next 2-3 minutes, which is based on the true story. Okay, so let me make it very short. I'm actually born in Daqing. I'm the third generation of Daqing oil worker. My grandpa worked in Daqing since 1959, and my parents also work in Daqing, and myself now. And then since 18 years old, and I was traveling to Ireland and studied in Ireland, and graduated in Portobello College in Dublin. And I have graduated in Chartered Accountant, which is ACCA, believe me, yeah. And how comes that I changed my degree to as a petroleum worker? There's a little bit family story, like, you know, because my father got cancer and then come back to Daqing and working in the Danho Service Company. I'm very lucky to join them, and I always told the people who teach me that I'm saying that I'm a quick learner, and I learn from there, and then people show me everything, and I graduated also, passed the exam, and I practiced physically, like, you know, I carry the pipes, everything, pipe wrench, yes, and I carry like 150 kilos, on my shoulder. Yeah, I'm from the bottom. Yeah, I'm a little man, right? But little man always have big dream, big dream. Yeah, that is changing me. Like PetroChina always give hope to everyone. Like you guys here. Welcome Oliver, welcome Jenny, and welcome that Sudanese, my friend, Pakistani, of course, yeah, and all the students here, inshallah. Yeah. So I get to Iraq working to Rumaila oil field as a worker engineer. What is impressed me is two things. Like the first one, we showed on the radio that there's one Iraqi young engineer been held by the Daqing Danho Service Company history, which is being signed by me. I'm very lucky. The second impressive thing is that I can drinking 24 bottles of water a day without a blue during the workover rig move operation. Yes, because the temperature is extremely hot. I'm talking about 68 and a ground degree. Like, so at that time, we still also have to work outside. This is China speed, and we call the airman. Airman is from Daqing. Yeah, people always call me Billy. Yeah, my English name is called Billy. Yes, and I always say that Billy, the airman, unfair. So, but the airman is not like this, you know. It's not a Marvel thing, like, you know, just the Chinese spirit, like. And then, what I'm trying to say that I'm very lucky to have this big stage, and thank you, Mr. Shen and Mr. Gen, and Mr. Zhao and Mr. Su. Thank you very much for giving me that opportunity. And I would like to say, please, all my friends, welcome to China. And please, if you have time, come to Daqing. I will invite you guys, and then we share food all together. We share all the families. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Thank you. 希望以后有机会也去大庆看看。
Of course, yes.
I really appreciate that. We really would like to visit to Daqing. I know that you are from Daqing.
大庆的
Ironman in Daqing is actually very well known to petroleum youth. After your working experience overseas, have you ever told the story to your international friends?
Yes, I have been that because the airman spirit exists forever, because every time he asked me the airman and told them that he's a top 10 personnel that in 100 years history, beside with Mr. Mao, China Mao, and Mr. Mao Zedong. So also that he, because of his spirit, we give him the patriotic, entrepreneurial, and pragmatic, and dedicated. This we call the spirit. And then there's a lot of things named in his name. Airman's Avenue, Airman's Middle School, Airman Memorial Square. So he's very famous guy. And then everybody from Daqing have his oath that we want to drilling our rig to oversee. And we have done also, the workover team also work over the will to oversee. We have done successfully, Thank you very much.
Thank you. 那么感谢各位嘉宾给我们分享他们的故事。
Thank you for sharing with us your stories. Please allow me to tell you a few words about me, myself. I have a story to tell. It's about the cooperation between China and Sudan. It's a story full of friendship. And Sudan is a producer of oil and encountered many challenges, but we're lucky to have the support from China and the engagement of the Chinese businesses being operated here, which have improved the industry greatly. The PetroChina, as a leading enterprises in the industry, has helped us to establish and develop the petroleum industry and contributed a lot to the community by creating conditions, by building infrastructure for living. We have the petroleum, natural gas power projects with China, with CNPC, and CNPC also invested in the pipeline so that to transport the oil to the local places and provide very steady stream of the revenue to the government, and also is committed to the poverty alleviation and also the medical care improvement businesses in Sudan. The investment commitment of the CNPC has offered us employment opportunities. It's also committed to sustainability. It makes sure that the sustainable operation and process and technology are adopted. This advanced technology is actually very helpful. It has improved our education as well as living quality. CNPC is also building hospital in Sudan, Upshire Hospital and Hagri Hospital that I mentioned in video. And it provides better medical services to the local people. It is life-saving. Not only they support us in capital, in construction, but also personnel by training, and they make sure that those personnel, the medical personnel, are well trained. It is actually an example of the China-Sudan cooperation. It contributed to the advancement in economy and society, but it's also taking active part in the social responsibility activities. As a Sudanese, I want to say to CNPC my thanks. Looking into future, I hope that the CNPC can continue with its commitment to create more stories of friendship, and I hope that I can become a useful person and to care for the people and contribute to the society. Well, so that's all for me. But I also have friends from media. Now the floor is open to take your questions.
Hello, everyone. I'm the reporter from China Daily. Firstly, I have some questions for Daniela. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We are interested in your story, so could you introduce what you do as a MMO, and could you share what this job means to you personally?
Definitely. So as I said, I worked for 2 years as MMO offshore, and the job is, depending where you are, you're going to have a protocol to implement. Okay, if you're in Brazil, it's something. If you're in Europe, it's a little bit different. But the goal is to avoid seismic impact on marine fauna. And the thing is that when you do seismic, you have an air source. So there is noise involved, underwater noise. And although it's not proven, there's a potential risk for the auditory, for the hearing of marine mammals especially, and turtles, if the turtles are too close to the air source. And to protect, and just as we are not sure if it can or cannot cause that impact, we prefer taking the precautionary approach, which means we will avoid altogether. So let's build a protocol that will mean we're going to have to watch the ocean where the vessel is going. And if any marine mammals come within certain distance of the air source, we have to ask operations to stop. Sometimes we include turtles. Sometimes it's just a few species of whales or dolphins. Depends where you are, really. Depends what part of the world, what species are more susceptible to impact. So we will define that. So that's what I do now from onshore. I will define what species are more likely to be impacted by the operations and what we need to do. So being offshore means a lot because you're right there actually doing the biology work that I studied. So we are close with watching whales jumping and dolphins and turtles and others, large fish, sharks and rays. So it means a lot to be close to the ocean. I'm an ocean person, so I love that job.
Yeah, thank you. And I have more questions.
Sure.
Have you witnessed any positive changes in environment and biodiversity around your workplace? And could you highlight specific areas where CNPC excels in environmental conservation and sustainability efforts? Thank you.
I have seen a lot of change. And a few years ago, maybe 10 years ago, outside of Brazil, in several countries, we didn't even need to have anybody on board. We didn't even need to be concerned about biodiversity because regulation wasn't there. And from a few years to today, maybe 10, 15 years, like I said before, regulations have evolved, and also the eyes of everyone is on us now, right? Oil and gas companies are under watch from everyone because there are impacts that are associated to our activities that we need to manage to have a good relationship with our stakeholders. So everybody's watching, and we need to do our best. We need to do more than we are supposed to do. So now I've seen this change. So everywhere we are now, even if we don't have to, we will have environmental personnel monitoring our projects because we don't want to be involved with any impact. We want to manage our own impacts. So that I've seen, and that's what we're doing in BGP. So That's something I see CNPC doing and being very good at it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
好的，还有没有媒体朋友们有什么问题
Any
想
other
问呢？
questions from the media friends?
我是中国青年报记者。
I'm from China Youth Daily. My question is to the host uni. Your Chinese is quite great, uni. I will say Chinese in Sudan. I believe you have some conditions, right? Some things happening there. Based on your personal experience, could you share with us how you come to China? When you come to China, what is your dream? And after graduation from the university here, what is your expectation? What is your planning on the future for the future?
其实我是什么时候第一次来中国？
Actually,
其实是很小。
in terms of my first visit to China, it was in 2004.
是因为我的母
In my
亲
childhood, my mother came to China to
幸运的是
study her master degree. She also studied the master degree in China University of Petroleum, Beijing. Luckily, I'm in the computer science major in the China Petroleum University, China University of Petroleum as well. My dream was to be a mathematician teacher. However,
改变了我的想法。我现在
some things have changed my mind. Now I majored in computer science as a bachelor degree student. I hope that in the future,
在这里在中石油
in
这
CNPC,
里能用这个计算机专业
I can
中文
fulfill my dreams and give up to my skills as a computer science student, or I can
工作。
use my skills with my Chinese. I hope that I can have the opportunity to work here in CNPC. I fully understand I need to learn more from others. I need to work harder. I need to complement my strengths.
不算完美的一个主持梦。
And you see, I have another dream to become the professional host. I hope that I can achieve this dream to be the host. Thank you.
那么还有没有什么问题呢？
Any other questions?
好的，那下面
Now,
有请集团
let's give the floor to our special guest from the
首先
group.
有请耿总为我们
Now let's welcome Mr. Geng.
Ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends, 上午好。
Welcome everyone. Good morning.
Hola. It is very great have this wonderful chance to share your experience, also share my experience. So first of all, I'd like to express my gratitude for participating in this dialogue. It is a privilege to stand before such diverse and outstanding participants and representing the China Petroleum Daily. It's also my first job in China because during the past 26 years, I continue working overseas with CNPC. This platform today allows us to engage in fruitful discussions and foster valuable connections that will contribute to our collective growth and understanding of the global energy landscape. And today very familiar and impressive because all of the countries I've visited. I remember when I was your age, around 20 years old, I went to Sudan and worked in the South Sudan, Higlig, Bentiu, Malakang, and also you see back to the Khartoum, North Khartoum, and Duman. That is, I continued to stay there 18 years. 18 years, very hard, but very friendly, enjoyable. Even now I have a lot of friends there. So I also learned several Arabic. Waini, Talaba, Alaba, Hamsa, Sita, blah, blah, right? So this is the story. And also for the Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, and Pakistan, also when back to the Latin America, the CNPC. Then Venezuela, Peru, Ecuador, also Brazil. We have deep sea project. Also your president Wu and Luo, also very good friends. Also for you see the Abu Dhabi many times. Also for the Burma I stayed there for 2 months. So very familiar. So when I was young, you see that my first job is BGP. BGP is Chinese, the name changing several times, but English still BGP is the branding. Meaning the better geophysical provider or better geophysical product, right? You can share with your friends in BGP. Then also BGP is in the international standard design and the market share, also for the technology, SEG seminar. So it's a very excellent branding for CNPC, several companies. So I want to say, when those times fly so fast, even the 26 years passed, I'm nearly 50 years old, but I still think I'm young, same as yours, because youth is a gift of nature, but age is a work of art. Because youth is not time life, it is a state of mind. It is not a matter of rosy cheeks, red lips, and supple knees. It is a matter of the will or quality of the imagination, a vigor of the emotions. It is a freshness of the deep springs of life. So from your face, from your words, from your smile, from your story, I can see youth is young, youthful, also outstanding. Also, you means unique. All of you is pretty much unique. Also understanding, talented, thoughtful. Also help all of you healthy. We can helpful, also honest. This is what I know from all your face, your words. Me too. So fortunately, having lived and worked in all the nations of our guests, I have developed a deep appreciation of your unique culture, tradition, attractions, just like many countries when I like reading, writing, and traveling. So I have lots of friends there. These friends and stories and experience not only enrich my life, but also forged lasting friendship and strong connections. So it is through these connections that we bridge gaps between our countries and work together towards common goals. So like today, why we gather here together. So right now, many of your words is family, home, children, friends, share, smile. I think 3 words. First, every day, every time we meet challenge. But then we change. Finally, we have chance. So this is what I think from your words. So the multicultural dialogue on global petroleum use has been a resounding success. The exchange of ideas, the sharing of best practices, and the establishment of the meaningful partnerships have provided us with valuable insights. Very valuable insights, just like you mentioned, you come back China in Q4, then you know what is CNPC International, what do they think? And also for Pakistan, the doctor, you see postdoctor, because you must have the scenery and practice get together. Then you make the big progress again and again. So when today's dialogue concludes, I'm very confident that the knowledge gained and the connections formed here will continue to serve as a beacon of hope and progress for our industry. Because we share, then we grow. We grow, we share. Then share with our family, share our relatives, with friends, ourselves. So in closing, I'd like to extend my best wishes to all your participants. May our future endeavor be marked by even greater achievements, strengths, collaborations, and a shared commitment to addressing the energy challenges of our time. So together, we have the power to shape a more sustainable and prosperous future for all. So again, thank you all of you who attend here. Also thanks for our media friends from China Daily, from China Youth, to come our event. So I look forward to continue hear your story, your growth, your happy, your smile. So welcome again and thank you again. Okay, thanks.
那么接下来邀请沈总
Now
为我们
let's
点
welcome
评。
Mr. Shen to provide a few remarks. Welcome.
因为我英语确实不太好，我不如耿总好，
I don't speak
不如
very
邵
good
书记好，
English.
不如我们苏处长好。
Not as well as Mr. Gun can speak, and certainly not comparable to Oliver. And mentoring is not even as good as that of Yuni. So then I have to speak in my own voice, from my heart. But I can show you the sincerity of my words. It's very exciting to participate in the dialogue of youths. I've been looking into a mirror of myself and I told myself, you're not young, getting younger. And then I reflect that I'm still in my 50s. So certainly there's a long way to go down the journey before I call myself old. Many things to expect from myself. Over years, I can imagine myself making more friends, listen to them, story of pain, and as well as of happiness. What makes us together? What brings us together? Here in Beijing, this is the head office of PetroChina. You understand, PetroChina is a very well-known oil business around the world. It has operation in over 30 countries, operating and maintaining 80 oil and gas projects. More importantly is that with our endeavor, by working hard to improve, to make the planet a better place. Of course, we will translate our ambition into our actions. I'm very excited in the connectivities that we have, the connection we have with each other. In Chinese, we say 缘分. 缘分 is something, or connection is something not within your control, not something you can expect. But after it happens, it gives you happiness. But you can work hard on it. I visited Daqing thousands of times, countless of times. But I never imagined that I will meet Guo Beining here in this office because we have this shared ambition, shared dream. We have the shared value. That's what brings us together here to meet each other. I did not expect to meet Ali and Sorha here because you are the two new friends. But we're also old friends. It's been 2 days. We have friendship of 6 years. What's important? Time is not important. What important is what you feel. What you feel is the connection we have with each other. We're here in the head office of CNPC and have dialogue with youths, young people from Peking University, from University of Petroleum. This is something very happy. When I'm excited and happy, I tend to speak more. When Ahmed was speaking, and I'm very excited at your speech because we have the same major. I'm also majored in structural physics. And Sahal, we attended the same university. I've listened to your story. I feel a lot of things. You're an engineer like Guo Beining. So did I. So no matter what profession you're doing, you're involved in, whatever achievements you're able to make, what I'm trying to say here is, at any stage of life, at whatever posts or positions, we give it commitment, and we stay true to our ambition. And I remember that when I watched your video, a female to work on offshore, I envy you. That's very admirable, impressive. It's a very important job that you're doing. Great or not that PetroChina is, but it is big, given a scale. We have 1 million of employees, and we do not get to see each other even through the whole life. But something is bonding us together, irresistible bond. And this connection is actually buried in the corporate culture. We have our own philosophy, unique ones. Maybe not that unique, but entrepreneurship, cooperation, responsibility, family, but not as that many so that it will cause a burden to the environment, though. It's a structure. It consists of people from different culture, from different backgrounds, from different education. But CNPC, we hold ourselves accountable to people and also to the planet. So that's why when BGP is doing the offshore exploration, we make sure the environment is protected. In some places like Sudan, less developed country, we think we're responsible to offer our support. In Czech Republic, we help to develop the industry, especially the automation, because it's a shared home, this planet is. We share it with other people. Within 10 years of time, we built from square one a modern oil system. It's an arduous work. But from the starting point, we have this ambition because we can envision that how important it is, how valuable it will be to people to have such a modern system for oil industry. Today we're here to exchange. It's because we see the importance of such a platform to enable, to facilitate the connectivity and exchange among us. We can expect to have a dialogue on more topics in the future because we can all benefit from discussion like this. And this benefits will improve our understanding each other and will encourage each other and to share the benefits of our work results. And also we can share with each other our feelings. This is what's taught by culture to us. This is culture not just unique to China. I think this is a common culture of the planet. There's nothing can separate us from others. We need to open up our mind and to walk outside, to see outside, to exchange with each other, to enrich our experience, so that to do better business, to be better and do better. And be committed to each other. Today's event is themed at a decade of partnership and win-win cooperation. Working together, joining hands. If we have more people joining us. and more powerful force we will form. But we have to hold our hands closely and tight. Otherwise, you'll be left behind. You'll be left behind. Maybe we can rephrase the topic. We have to prioritize cooperation, or to highlight cooperation and working together in our theme, built by CNPC, but by ourselves. Individual business case in the initiative. Among countries, we created 100,000 long-term job opportunities to countries of Belt and Road Initiative. Behind those 100,000 is 100,000 families, 100,000 employees. They have more hopes. And the communities they are in, they live in, the family of them, and the countries of them. Do they benefit? Do they share the benefits? Because in Chinese, that every other day you see each other, there are 3 years of difference have happened or changes happen to that person you can expect. So you have to refresh your view of a person, even just in 1 day of time. There are many friends introduced by some other friends.
Through different ways of introduction, I get your acquaintance. I hope that in the future we can have more opportunities to dialogue with each other. CNPC would stand ready to promote the development of the Earth and mankind. China will also dedicate itself to promoting the development of the whole world, contributing to the happiness of the mankind. CNPC will also dedicate itself to promoting the development of petroleum use. Whether you are in China or not, we want to serve as a dialogue platform for the global petroleum use. I hope that in the next year's meeting we can meet with each other. We can meet each other more often in the future. Thank you. Thank you to the two leaders. As the global petroleum use along the Belt and Road Initiative will bear in mind your kind of words. Now let's welcome the leaders to present the certificates to the youth, and then we take a group photo. Thank you, everyone. We hope that we can meet each other very soon.